Right, section 12.2, page 148149 deals with dividing quantities in a given ratio. So, for example, sharing out sweeties or money between 2 or 3 people in the ratio specified, and that's it. So let's have a live example here. Question 1a, I've got to divide these amounts in the ratio of 1 to 2. So 1 to 2, that's what I'm going for. I'm going to share £30 in that ratio. So £30 in that ratio, as you can see, we've got 1 and 2, that's 3 shares, so we've got 30 divided by 3. Each single share is worth £10. Therefore, I've got 1 times 10 for this one here, which is £10. I've got 2 times 10 for this other person, which is £20. As you can see, 20 and 10 come to £30, so that's completely correct, isn't it? Make that look a little bit more pretty. Do one more. Divide the same amounts in question 1 in these ratios. Okay then, so I want to divide up £600, just, you know, looking at it, a random question, and divide it on the ratio of 3 to 10. So split it off in the ratio of 3, sorry, not 3 to 10, 3 to 7, 10 total shares. Well, divide by 10 because that's what 73 comes to. So 600 over 10 is clearly £60. So one person gets 3 lots of 60, which is £180, and the other person will get 7 lots of the 60, 6 sevens are 42, £420. As you can see, this adds up to £600 quite nicely. Okay, I fancy doing question 4. It's a little bit more involved, so let's just do it then. Work down the bottom in the sand. It says here the ratio of full colour pages, let's call it F, or full colour pages to black and white, so BW, in a magazine is 3 to 5. Okay, so full colour to black and white is 3 pages to 5 pages. If there are 15 full colour pages, ... how many black and whites are there? There's my question there. Well, from 3 to 15 clearly multiplied by 5, therefore multiply the 5 black and white pages by 5. Let's get an upgrade on that. 5 5s are 25, that's it. Black and white pages, is that alright? Next one, if there are 20 black and white pages, let's go back to the original. So F, full, and black and white. This time I've still got the ratio of 3 to 5, it's the same magazine. But I've got 20 black and white. Let's find the missing number for the full number of pages. Well, what times 5 makes 20? Well, times 4. So therefore 3 times 20 3 times 4 will make 12 full colour pages. A bit cramped down there, but obviously you can hear me as well as see me. Right, so with 20 black and white pages, I will expect to have 12 full colour pages in that magazine if that ratio gets maintained. Next bit, lots to read. A different production company has a magazine with 56 full colour pages. So let's work down here. Full colour pages is 56 and 64 black and white. Black and white 64. Right. The next edition has 90 pages with the same ratio of full colour to black and white. How many full colour pages are there? Next edition, 90 pages with the same ratio full to that. How many full colour pages are there? Oh great. So right, I've got 90 pages and I want full colour. What proportion are full colour? Well, I've got altogether, total in the ratio is going to be, let's simplify it down first. I'm about to use this thing, so let's simplify it down, make life easier. Right, here we go. 56 to 64, halve it down. 25, 28 to 32, halve it down again. 14 to 16, halve it down again. So it's totally unscary doing it this way. Right then, so I've got 90 pages, and how many full colour pages would you expect there to be in that edition? Well, I've got 7 plus 8 will make a total of 15. So therefore I'm going to take my 90 pages, divide it by 15, and then multiply it up by, they want colour, don't they? Multiply it by full colour, multiply it by 7, and see how many pages which will be in full colour. So divide by 15 to find what one portion of pages will be, then multiply it by 7. Right, 15 goes into 90 a few times, isn't it? I think it's about 6. Yes, 6 times. Therefore I've got 6 times 7. I expect to find 42 full colour pages in a magazine that has 90 pages in it. Check it again. 6 15s are 60, plus 6 5s are 30. 60 plus 30 is 90, and therefore goes in 6 times. 6 7s are 42. 42 full colour pages. And again, don't be shy about breaking it down into little bits, bite-sized version. Just keep halving down or thirding down or putting 5s in, whatever it takes to trim down that fraction. I was in fact going to use it as is, but that would have been absolutely horrific. So no, don't do that. Question 6 looks really pleasant. I just fancy it, so let's just do that. The angles in one triangle are in the ratio of 1 to 2 to 3. Angles in a triangle, 1 to 2 to 3. Got to be 3 sides, so there's the ratio, 3 parts. Find the size of the largest angle. Well, total parts is what? 3 to 2 to 1. That's going to be altogether 6, and you should know that the total sum of the angles in the triangle comes to 180, so there's 180 degrees divided by 6. That should give us something, 30 degrees. Is that alright? That's for one share, and it wants me to find the size of the largest angle. The largest angle is represented by that 3 in the ratio. Therefore, 3 times 30 degrees is going to be 90 degrees, and that's obviously a right angled triangle. Yeah, what sort of triangle is it? Part 2, right angled triangle, let's say so. Right, what sort of triangle is one whose angles are in the ratio of 1 to 2 to 6? Well, let's just do some maths here. Let's do the total parts. Well, 1 plus 2 plus 6 comes to 9. If I go 180 divided by 9, that's 20 degrees. So let's just take a look at that. I have got, it doesn't ask me to work out all the angles anyway. I've got, so one part will be 20, 2 parts will be 40, 6 parts will be 120. Well, look, there's a number of things going on here. What sort of triangle is one in whose angles are in the ratio of 1 to 2 to 6? I've got 2 answers. First answer is it's an obtuse angled triangle, because 120 is an obtuse angle. Plus, look, if all 3 angles are different, then all the 3 sides will be different as well, and therefore that is a scalene triangle. I think that's a better answer than obtuse angled. Right angled certainly, but obtuse angled, well, maybe, but only one of the angles is obtuse, the other 2 are of course acute. So I'm going to stick to scalene triangle, all sides and all angles different. Right angled triangle, 90 degrees, that's a special case. I'm going to stop there and do this question 9. That looks really, really interesting. Really fancy it. I've got a couple people investing in business. I've got this Wasim guy, so W, he invests 3,500, and this other girl, Ruxana, she invests 2,500. And at the end of the year, Wasim and Ruxana share the profit of £30,000. So £30,000 being shared out, and it's going to be in the ratio of their investments. So let's just work out the ratio of their investments. So I've got W to R, it's going to be 3500 to 2500. Lose a couple of zeros, just like we're simplifying a fraction. Put some 5s in. 7 to 5. There you go. So that's the ratio simplified in terms of their investments. And how much does Wasim receive? Well, the total parts equals 12 in terms of the simplified ratio. Wasim's going to get 7/12 of the £30,000. Okay, so let's trim that down a little bit. I can go 6 and halve this down. That will give us £15,000, and halve it down again, I suppose, 3, and that will give us £7,500. I can put 3's into that quite nicely, and that will go in there, £2,500. I could have done it in one step. I really didn't want to do that. Just check again. Halve it down. 12 is into 30,000. Halve it down. 6 and 15. 3 and 7,500, and 3 goes into there 2,500 times. Therefore, I'm left to calculate 2,500 times 7, very, very easy. 725s is going to be 175. Extra couple of zeros there. So Wasim gets £17,500. Quick check again. 725s, 425s are 100. The other three will make 75, 175,000, 175, and with two zeros, £17,500. That's what Wasim's going to get. Part B, I'd love to fit it here somewhere because I don't want to sort of crash into the right hand side of the page here. Next year, when the profit is shared in the same ratio, Ruxana gets £10,000. So let's have a look. We've got W to R. It's still a ratio of 7 to 5. Now she gets £10,000. Oh, this is quite easy actually. So I've got to find out what this Wasim guy gets. Well, how do you get from 5 to 10,000? Well, let's just divide it up and see what we get. We're going to get there 5s into 10, 2. So therefore 2,000. Is that alright? So 5 times 2,000 makes 10,000. So Wasim was going to get 7 times the 2,000. So 7 times 2,000. He's going to get £14,000. Alright, so he's happy, she's happy, and long may the business relationship continue. I'll stop there, and that's 12.2, sharing out quantities in a given ratio.